Teachers often ask me how can they make sure that there's a modest degree of security when a student is taking an online quiz or an exam. Well, honestly, the basic principles of proctoring an exam, being there, keeping an eye, kind of patrolling as they're taking the quiz or exam, are done when you're even taking an online or computer-based exam, when you are there to physically proctor it. My suggestion in all cases when you're doing an online quiz or exam, position yourself in the classroom so that you can see the see the screens on their computers. That way they know you're back there, they know you're looking. You can tell if a student has changed screens and gone off to someplace else, and immediately be able to approach that student and take care of the issue. Just doing those kinds of things probably is 90% of the security that you need to have. But I will show you in this little demo video how to provide an additional layer of security, and that is using some options that are inside Moodle, which we affectionately call discourse. I'm going to go over here. I have a quiz. I'm going to edit my settings. Once my settings open up, if I don't know where it is in these long lists of things, and simplest thing is just to expand all. And then I have all of them, and it's sometimes a little overwhelming, all the things that you can do. One of the things that I would suggest, obviously, is just limit your choices of the numbers of times that the student can take it. It defaults to unlimited. Just simply having one time might prevent them from, I'm going to take this again, I have another attempt. And of course you wouldn't accept that second attempt, but there's no reason for them to do that if you don't want them to. Layout is how many questions appear on a page. It's really your preference that it defaults to every page has a single question. You can choose these options and all the way up to 50 questions. I wouldn't recommend that. I'd recommend it to stay at every question or one or maybe two or three questions per page, nothing more. Part of that reason is once they've submitted it, it saves it temporarily, and if something happens to the network and discourse goes down, when they restart discourse and they restart the quiz, it'll pick up right from where they were and they don't lose those that they answered. I would unselect right answer as what is reviewed or revealed after the student takes the quiz. That's your choice, but I certainly would not recommend that immediately after the attempt they be able to see it. That increases the awareness that it's a secure exam to the student. You can require a password, but that's an option. Let me show you what the heart of what I want to talk about here is this browser security. We can use JavaScript-enabled browsers and have a modest degree of additional security. When you see the quiz here in a moment, it pops up as a big, gigantic pop-up window, and in a sense, then all of a sudden the student can't copy and paste. They can navigate to another window, so here's what I suggest that you do. You just simply make sure that there are no other windows open, no Word documents open, no other browser windows open, so that the student can toggle to. And then that way that prevents the student from having answers that are available. The one nice thing it does do is it prevents copying and pasting. So even if they were to get to another window and they copied an answer and came over and tried to paste it and put it in, it isn't going to work. And so that's a nice simple feature. All of our computers in the computer labs, A, B, the e-learning lab, etc., all have JavaScript enabled browsers, so this will work. You just simply say full pop-up, and then I'm going to save it and I will demonstrate it to you as a student. There's a couple of ways that you can do things as a student. The most simple is to simply come over here and switch your role to student, which is what I'm going to do now so that we can take a quick look at this. I'm going to hit attempt quiz now, and you'll notice that it pops up and into a pop-up window. There's no navigation tabs up here or anything. There is the taskbar down here. But again, if you're vigilant and you keep your eye on students, just having them know you're there will prevent them most of the time from even taking a chance that you're going to see it. But they can't copy and paste. Even if they get out to another window, they can't come back in. If it's an essay question or a short answer question where they could paste an answer, they can't do it. They can't even copy something that's in the quiz and say, oh, there's the correct answer for my short essay. Boom. They can't do that. And then that allows for a certain degree of modest security. So it's a two-pronged approach. One, your presence, vigilance, keeping an eye, being aware, and secondly, a little web browser security that prevents them from copying and pasting and gives them a pop-up window that you tell them they have to stay in, and you just keep your eye on it as they are taking their quiz.